Ferrari 2026 versus BMW, the ultimate speed war begins. One promises cutting-edge design and insane horsepower, while the other claims unmatched reliability and raw speed. But here's the twist. Even the fastest cars have their flaws, so which one truly deserves the crown? Stick with us as we break it down, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support us and never miss the next battle. Folks, let me tell you, there are some days you just know are going to be special. Today, August 20th, 2025, is one of those days. The sun is beating down on this private track, making the air shimmer above the asphalt. You can smell it. Hot rubber high-octane fuel, just a hint of burnt clutch. It's the perfume of horsepower, my friends. Over on my left, a Vision in Rosso Corsa Red, the new 2026 Ferrari, is just sitting there, looking like it's breaking the sound barrier while standing still. It's not just a car, it's a sculpture, a piece of art that happens to have a V12 engine that sounds like Luciano Pavarotti clearing his throat with thunder. Across from it, looking just as menacing but in a completely different way, is the 2026 BMW. This one's painted in a deep metallic blue that seems to absorb the sunlight. It's all sharp angles and Teutonic muscle. It doesn't have the flowing, romantic lines of the Ferrari. No, this car looks like it was designed by engineers who dream in spreadsheets and wake up to the smell of precision-milled aluminum. It's got this low, wide stance, like a panther ready to pounce. The air is thick with anticipation. You can practically hear the silence between the two cars, a tense standoff before the chaos. Let's get to know our two fighters a little better. First, the Ferrari. We'll call her Isabella. She's got that fiery, dramatic personality. You look at her and you see decades of racing history. Le Mans, Monaco, every curve, every vent, every stitch in the leather seems to whisper a story of Enzo Ferrari's ambition. She's the supermodel who also happens to have a doctorate in astrophysics. Under that gorgeous carbon fiber bodywork, a hybrid V12 powertrain, screaming to a 9,500 RPM redline. She's all about the experience, the sound, the emotion. She wants you to feel everything. Then we have the BMW, let's call him Klaus. Klaus is the strong, silent type. He's the engineer who spent his entire life perfecting one thing, a meticulously welded chassis that proves he is immensely capable. Twin turbocharged inline-six, boosted with a revolutionary electric motor system that provides instantaneous torque. Klaus doesn't care about drama, he cares about results. He's here to do a job, be faster than everyone else. You see the difference right away. Isabella is designed to make your heart race before you even turn the key. Klaus is a masterpiece of ergonomic perfection. Interior, supple leather and polished carbon fiber. Steering wheel with more buttons than a space shuttle. It's an event. Klaus is different. Everything exactly where you'd expect it. Less seduction, more ultimate control. To understand the 2026 Ferrari, you have to understand where it comes from. This car has the ghost of Enzo Ferrari himself riding shotgun. Enzo famously said, "I build cars to go racing. The road cars were just a way to fund the habit." And that DNA, that pure, uncompromised focus on winning on the track, is baked into every nut and bolt of this new machine. You feel it when you sit inside. Driving position is low. Visibility is focused forward. Big yellow tachometer sits right in the center, reminding you what this car is all about. Revs. Lots and lots of revs. I remember talking to an old Ferrari mechanic once. He told me about working on a classic 250 GTO. You didn't just tighten a bolt to a specific torque, you had to feel when it was right. He said the car would tell you. This 2026 model, despite advanced computers and hybrid tech, still has that soul. Engineers in Maranello talk about engine sound as a key performance indicator. It's not just noise, it's part of the car's character. This new hybrid V12 is a perfect example. They could have chosen a smaller, more efficient engine, maybe a V8 or a V6, but no. For the flagship, it had to be a V12. The electric motors aren't there just for fuel economy, they're there for performance. They fill torque gaps at low RPMs, making the car launch with ferocious intensity. Then the V12 takes over and sings to redline. It's the perfect blend of tradition and future, a bridge between the old soul and the new world of performance. Narrator. Now let's talk about Klaus. Narrator. The BMW has a different kind of history, but no less impressive. BMW started out making airplane engines. That heritage of precision engineering has never left the company. Narrator. They didn't come to performance through the romance of racing in the same way Ferrari did. They came to it through the pursuit of the ultimate driving machine. Narrator, they believe the perfect car is a seamless extension of the driver's will. It's about creating a machine so intuitive, so responsive, that it feels like you're thinking it around the track, not steering it. Narrator, the story I always think of is the BMW 2002 Turbo from the 70s. One of the first production cars with a turbocharger. It was a wild thing. It had 2002 Turbo in reverse script on the front spoiler, so the driver ahead would see it in their mirror and get out of the way. Narrator, that's BMW in a nutshell. A little bit arrogant, incredibly clever, completely focused on performance. Narrator, this 2026 model is the modern evolution of that spirit. A technological tour de force designed to dominate. Narrator, they've taken their legendary inline-six engine, an engine known for being as smooth as silk, and turned it into an absolute monster. Narrator, twin-turbo setup, 48-volt mild hybrid system, powerful electric motor integrated into the transmission. What does that mean? Narrator, zero turbo lag, none. You touch the throttle and the car launches with startling immediacy. Narrator, inside the philosophy continues. iDrive is now predictive. HUD projects lap times, G-force meters, track map onto the windshield, like a race engineer in your head. No comparison test is complete without a few hiccups, right? It's what makes it real. We decided to start with some basic launch control tests. First up was Isabella the Ferrari. We pull her up to the line, go through the elaborate sequence of button presses on the steering wheel. It feels like you're arming a missile. Get ready! The engine screams. The lights on the dash flash. I release the brake, and clunk. A warning light flashes on the screen. Manettino setting incompatible with current temperature. It's apparently a few degrees too cool for the most aggressive launch mode. Classic Italian drama. She's a diva, what can I say? So we let her warm up a bit more, have a cappuccino, and try again. This time it works. The launch is violent, pinning you to the back of the seat as the V12 shrieks. It's a pure sensory overload. Then it's Klaus's turn. The BMW is much simpler. You put it in Sport Plus, hold the brake, stomp the gas, and release. No drama, no fuss. The car just hooks up and goes. But on the second run, we had a different kind of issue. The infotainment screen, which controls everything, suddenly decided to reboot itself, mid-launch. So, for about 10 seconds, we had no speedometer, no tach, just a big friendly BMW logo on the screen. These little moments are what I love about cars. They're not just appliances, they have personalities, and sometimes those personalities are a little bit flawed. The Ferrari is so complex and passionate that it can be temperamental, like an opera singer who refuses to go on stage because the lighting isn't perfect. It demands you understand it, that you work with it. You have to earn its respect. It's part of the charm. It makes the moments when everything works perfectly feel that much more special. The BMW's glitch was different. It felt less like a tantrum and more like a computer needing a quick restart. The problem fixed itself, and on the next run the car performed flawlessly, launch after launch, with robotic consistency. Narrator, now we get to the fun part, the winding section of the track. Tight technical corners, elevation changes, short chutes. This is where a car's soul really comes out. Narrator, first I take Isabella through the course. Narrator, and folks, dance is the only word for it. The Ferrari feels light, agile, and incredibly communicative. Narrator, you feel everything through the steering wheel and the seat of your pants. You can sense the front tires biting into the asphalt, feel the rear end just starting to rotate as you apply power out of a corner. Narrator, it's an organic, fluid experience. The sound is a huge part of it. Narrator, as you brake hard for a corner, the V12 sings its way down the gears with computer-perfected rev-matching blips. Then, as you unwind the wheel and squeeze the throttle, it builds into that glorious high RPM crescendo. Narrator, the sound echoes off the track barriers and it's just pure, unfiltered joy. Narrator, the car seems to pivot around you. The steering is so quick, so direct, it feels like it's connected directly to your brain. You don't steer the Ferrari, you think it through the corners. Narrator, it's a car that rewards finesse and confidence, urging you to push harder to find that perfect, flowing rhythm. Narrator, this is where the Ferrari's racing heritage shines. The chassis balance is sublime. Narrator, it's not about raw grip alone, it's about how the car uses its grip. It feels playful, alive. Narrator, you can adjust your line mid-corner with a little bit of throttle or a slight change in steering angle. It's engaging in a way that few cars are. Narrator, the numbers are impressive, sure, the lateral G-forces are astronomical, but it's the feeling behind the numbers that matters. Narrator, It's the confidence the car inspires, the way it makes you feel like a hero, a professional racing driver, even if you're just an old guy who loves cars. Narrator, after a few laps I'm sweating but I have a smile a mile wide. Narrator, the Ferrari is exhilarating but demanding, it makes you work for it, but the reward is one of the purest driving experiences you can have. On a winding road, the Ferrari isn't just a machine, it's a partner. It's a passionate, fiery dance partner that leads you on a thrilling, unforgettable waltz right on the edge of adhesion. It's a truly magical feeling. Alright, now it's Klaus's turn on the same twisty section, and the experience is completely different. Where the Ferrari danced, the BMW decimates. It attacks the corners with a kind of cold, calculated fury. The all-wheel drive system, the advanced torque vectoring are working overtime, and you can feel it. The car just refuses to let go. You turn the wheel and the front end bites instantly. You get on the power way earlier than you think you should. The car claws its way out of the corner with unbelievable traction. There's no drama, no slip, immense, relentless grip. The feeling is one of overwhelming capability. The BMW feels heavier, more planted than the Ferrari. It uses that stability to its advantage. Less of a dance, more of a military operation. Each corner is a target to be neutralized efficiently. The hybrid inline-six delivers brutal power out of slow corners. Instant electric torque fills any void, launching the car toward the next braking zone with breathtaking intensity. The car feels like it has a supercomputer for a brain, constantly calculating power to each wheel. But now, let's take them to the long back straight. Let them stretch their legs. Ferrari 512, once you get it past 6,000 RPM, is an absolute rocket. The acceleration is savage, and the sound builds to a spine-tingling shriek as you approach the 200-mile-per-hour mark. It's an emotional, all-encompassing experience. Then we run the BMW. Klaus delivers his knockout punch. From a rolling start, I floor it. The acceleration is brutal, a relentless, unending surge of power. It just doesn't stop pulling. Incredible traction, flawless gear changes. The BMW is just a fraction quicker in the quarter mile. It hits 200 miles per hour with less fuss and more German efficiency. The numbers on the data logger confirm it. The BMW is a missile in a straight line, a testament to modern tech applied to speed. It might not sing an opera, but it gets you there faster. A different thrill. Technological dominance. So after all this, who wins? The passionate Italian, the precise German? The truth is, it depends on what you're looking for. But that brings up a bigger question. Why do we do this? Why do we build these incredible machines? Why do we as people have this deep primal need to chase speed, to push the limits of what's possible? It's not just about getting from one place to another. We have minivans for that. This is something else entirely. This is about chasing a feeling. For the engineers in Maranello and for the engineers in Munich, it's a form of art. It's about taking inanimate objects, metal, carbon fiber, silicon, and breathing life into them. It's the ultimate challenge of intellect and creativity. For the Ferrari team, it's about capturing the essence of passion and bottling it in a machine. For the BMW team, it's about achieving a state of mechanical perfection. Both are noble pursuits. Both are born from a deeply human desire to create something extraordinary, to leave a mark, to build something that makes people feel alive. And for us, the drivers, it's about that feeling of being alive. When you're behind the wheel of a car like this, on the limit, your mind goes quiet. All the little worries of the day, the bills, the emails, the noise of modern life, they all fade away. All that matters is the next corner, the next braking point, the next gear change. It's a form of meditation, a state of pure focus. It's a moment where you are completely and utterly present. That's the magic of it. These cars are more than just transportation. They are tools for creating experiences. They are conduits for emotion. Ferrari 512 scream, BMW acceleration. Both cars achieve the same fundamental goal. They make you feel. They remind us that we are capable of creating and experiencing incredible things. And in a world that can sometimes feel a little too predictable, that chase for the horizon, for that next thrill, is more important than ever. So, at the end of this incredible day, with the sun setting, with the smell of cooling brakes in the air, what's the final verdict? If you want a car that makes every drive an event, a passionate, emotional affair that sings to your soul, you take Isabella, the Ferrari. She's not just a car, she's a partner in crime, a work of art that demands your full attention, rewards you with pure, unadulterated joy. She's the heart. If you want a machine that represents the absolute pinnacle of usable everyday supercar technology, a tool of immense power and precision that can demolish records with shocking efficiency, you take Klaus, the BMW. He's the brain. But you know what? Declaring one a winner feels wrong. It misses the point entirely. The real winner today is us. It's anyone who loves cars, anyone who gets a little thrill when they hear a powerful engine, anyone who appreciates the incredible engineering and artistry that goes into these machines. The rivalry between brands like Ferrari and BMW is what pushes the entire industry forward. It's a beautiful, never-ending race where the finish line keeps moving. The real prize is the incredible innovation we get to witness along the way. These cars are rolling celebrations of human ingenuity. They show us what we're capable of when we pour our hearts and minds into a single goal. Whether it's sculpted with Italian passion or engineered with German precision, the result is something that transcends its mechanical parts. It becomes a story, a dream, an inspiration. And getting to be a part of that story, even for a day, is an absolute privilege. The journey to see what comes next, what new heights they'll reach in 2027 and beyond, is what keeps us all coming back for more. Thank you for joining me.